Gregory Raymond knew pain. He knew it intimately. From a young age, he was the target of bullies. They mocked his accent, his clothes, his very existence. School offered no sanctuary. It was a battleground where he fought for scraps of dignity. Years passed, but the torment continued. Even as an adult, he faced prejudice and discrimination. The world, it seemed, was determined to keep him down. A burning resentment began to flicker within him, growing stronger with each passing day. He carried the scars, both visible and invisible. The world had shown him its cruelty, and he would not forget. He would find a way to make them pay, to make them feel the same pain they had inflicted upon him. Grenasia, his homeland, a land of lush rainforests, towering mountains, and a turbulent history. It was a place he had fled years ago, seeking solace from the relentless persecution. Now he returned, not as a wounded soul, but as a man possessed. He ventured deep into the heart of Grenasia, to the sprawling city of Cadiloa, a city teeming with life but also rife with corruption. It was here, amidst the shadows and secrets, that he would find the instruments of his revenge. Cadiloa whispered promises of power, of influence, of the means to exact his retribution. He would make the city his weapon, its underbelly his arsenal. The time for healing was over. The time for vengeance had arrived. The Cadiloan underworld was a labyrinth of shifting alliances and simmering rivalries. Mafias ruled the docks, their power absolute. Drug cartels operated with impunity, their tendrils reaching into every corner of society. Street gangs, armed and dangerous, controlled the night. Gregory saw opportunity in this chaos. He would be the catalyst, the unseen hand that manipulated these forces to his will. He would forge them into a weapon of unprecedented power, a weapon point directly at those who had wronged him. He began subtly, offering his services as an advisor, a strategist. He understood their language, their thirst for power. Slowly he earned their trust, their loyalty. He was the architect of their ascent, and they were the unwitting pawns in his game of revenge. Section 4. Targets of his ire. His enemies were legion, their faces seared into his memory. Americans, with their casual arrogance and disregard for those they deemed inferior. Europeans, with their air of superiority and colonial past. Australians, with their boisterous nature and disdain for anything foreign. They had all played a part in his torment, consciously or unconsciously. Now they would face his wrath. He would turn their world upside down, make them experience the same fear and helplessness he had endured. Their corporations, their governments, their very way of life would be targeted. He would strike at the heart of their empires, expose their hypocrisy and revel in their downfall. He would become the nightmare they never saw coming. Section 5. The Shadow of Revenge. Gregory's transformation was complete. The bullied boy was gone, replaced by a man consumed by vengeance. His reign of terror was about to begin, casting a long shadow over Grenasia and the world beyond. The mafias, cartels and gangs were ready. His plans were in motion. The world that had shown him nothing but cruelty would soon learn the true meaning of fear. His revenge would be merciless, absolute and devastating. The world would tremble before him, and finally he would have his justice. But at what cost?